This video aims to share the benefits of using exemplar materials and provide some guidance in making the most of this method in providing whole class feedback. So whether you're using a visualizer or a photograph of student work, you will want to pick an example that will lead to every student in the class being able to reflect upon and improve the quality of their work or understanding. Dylan William reminds us that the major purpose of feedback should be to improve the student. So following an assessment of student work, we pick an example that embodies both the qualities and the common errors of that task or content. We then discuss with the students what those qualities and errors are and provide guidance on how to spot those errors in their own work. These strategies best work in cultures of classrooms which are supportive and safe, in which students can share their work and share their ideas about other people's work. This is all part of helping students develop that nose for quality and improve the willingness to receive and give feedback. A good start point is to set ground rules before the discussion begins. These can be as simple as be kind, be specific, and be helpful. In order to support the students during the discussion, many students may not know exactly what to say or how to go about saying it. So simple scaffolding techniques like these sentence starters might be a good way of encouraging students to engage positively. Now, it's really important to remember as a teacher that this is not merely a student discussion. We really want to bring our expertise to bear on this work. So it would be totally okay from time to time to just have the teacher saying, here's a piece of work, these are the qualities, these are the strengths. Now look for these in your own work. We would engage students in that discussion in order to develop their ability to do it themselves. When involving students, specific focus or prompt questions should sit alongside more generic questions like what are the strengths of this work and how can it be improved? It's quite useful to annotate the work as you go through it as the discussion progresses to show how the work can be improved. And at the same time, it's also useful to take the improvements and make them into concrete, specific statements so that the students can see what aspect they're working on at any one time. If you've got a large piece of work that you're currently working through with students, it's useful to maybe break that discussion down into smaller chunks so they have a chance to see what the quality looks like, check their own work, and then improve it before looking for other features within that work. During discussions, please thank the contributors, so people who are giving their opinion or giving guidance or sharing their own work in that culture of building up their students' capacity to provide and receive feedback. Also, it's important to highlight the strengths of the work on display because not every student will have those strengths in their own work. So providing praise will provide a bit of motivation for students to add that quality to their own understanding or work. This strategy can also work on much smaller pieces of work. It doesn't have to be a big scientific write-up or an essay. It could simply be an error or a misconception in a bit of student work or in an exam question. The strategy works, so you just put the error or the work that contains the error on the visualizers and ask the students to check their notes on that aspect and say, does this bit of information match what we'd said previously? So in this example here, the student had matched meiosis to both sexual and asexual reproduction, which is clearly wrong. So the students have been guided to look back at their notes on these two topics before saying what's wrong with this piece of work. They can then check their own work and make the correction. Focusing the discussion on only one aspect of the work makes us feedback quick and efficient. We can also then set similar problems to the errors being made so the students get lots of practice on that troublesome concept. The feedback provides that recipe, so the students are being taught to check their notes, check the quality of the work, and then improve that work. So it's a three-step process that they can simply work through. And obviously this has that overall benefit of improving the students' ability to check their own work. So, in summary, teacher-generated examples are great before students begin a task, making success criteria tangible, but do not necessarily provide the feedback that your students will need in response to what they currently understand. It's important that we pick student work to share for discussion that have both strengths and weaknesses. And both those strengths and weaknesses will encourage the students in the class to check their own work and understanding. The classroom culture is really important so that the discussion of work is safe and helpful. And we can use small focus tasks regularly, and that can have a big impact on student learning.